Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. Level 3.5, let's go. Alright, so this is a ring. The person asked if you can do this in Blender because obviously these people are using Matrix or Design, very famous with softwares, and some don't believe that it's very easily done in Blender, which is all the point of my tutorials and my channel because yes, very amazing 3D jewelry design in Blender. You can kiss my palette. So this is the design. First, let me create the ring. So first the ring size. Add mesh circle. Now this is going to be alright, let's make a size 9 American. So it's 19 divided by 2. And let's put 120 vertices for this mesh circle. Location 000, centered right here. Okay, so this is size 9, right clicks. Alright, save and be happy. Now let's go to file, append, go and bring your favorite dynamic object. You can find it in my gemstone collection on Blender Market. Obviously, the gemstone size. Let's have a notch out. We see a 0.7. In real life, this would be 0.7 millimeters. It's way too small. Let's put 1.5, 1.5. Don't forget to copy paste listen scale right there. So it means that the mouth must be much bigger. Okay, so it's going to be a huge ring. Much of my clients don't care about ergonomy, they care about massive impressive jewels. Okay, so one of the advantages of this design is that it's asymmetrical. That makes this design a lot easier. Okay, so now that we have a proper size of this should be, and I'm going to band the material at once. So color gemstone material, and also find this one on the Blender Market. It's why it should be the ruby. Okay, so let's bring the ruby material, and let's assign at once the material. This one's going to be a ruby. Okay, and let's go at viewport display color, and let's make it a pinkish ruby. Let me append one of my new diamond, new generation. Okay, and this one will be the diamond. Oh, so this is for the gemstones. I'm going to use these gemstones for this ring. So now let's create the ring first. To add center the 3D cursor, shift selected. Now make a mesh plane. The orientation of the plane doesn't matter at all because we're going to keep on one vertex, delete these vertices. Okay, now we're going to start up here. Okay, from here we're going to extrude around the finger in a very rapidly manner. First, don't worry about precision, a little later. First, let's do this very quickly. Dude. Alright, we're here. Now, side view. Okay, let's use this a bit to the side here. Great. Now here, let me turn on some modifiers. Mirror. Let's reset all transformations. The x-axis also. Here we're going to merge at 0.1. We'll check that later. Let's extrude these. And very important, let's scale based on the 3D cursor like this. Let's move here and let's repeat this process a couple of times. So let's extrude, scale, and let's move this. So this is a very big shell ring. That's a pretty typical shape. Here now we can do BSX0. Alright, now let's go back at the median point reference for the operations. This is bigger at the top, okay? So obviously it's going to be much bigger. So let's follow roughly the reference image. And let's make the ring very big like this. Okay, so let's start adapting the design by moving the vertices where they belong. So then also don't forget to check on the front view to the thickness. I like this shade because it's progressively getting smaller. So that's a very classical shade. So obviously we can follow the reference image, but also don't forget to train your jewelry history and jewelry design history, also the knowledge of the shades. So now before we go any further, let's add some solidified modifier thickness 2 offset -1. That is correct. And also add a modifier subdivision surface level please. Let's keep adapting the design. Now let's go to the reference size. Let's make a copy of it. Let's go to edit mode, move it to the side, close it, extrude it to the other side, somewhere like this. A, up, and outside the normals, exit edit mode. So you have a reference. This helps a lot to properly complete the shape, especially from the front view. At this point, you should already have fun and curiosity. Okay, here we're going to take these vertices with control. Now let's go to shear, and we're going to give it inclination somewhere here, and then move them. We don't have to operate all the vertices one by hand. Also, don't forget to look on the inside. You can very quickly spot if a zone is sinking by watching the design from many different angles. That's why I'm always rotating the view, and so should the view. Okay, so we don't want any egg shape right here. We want a nice dome. We don't need much geometry to create a very complex geometry in Blender. That's what I enjoy. Nice, even topology. That's always an advantage in any type of design. Instead of having a chaotical nonsense topology. So you should practice an orderly topology, make things better. So obviously the more you progress, the more precision you need to have. Because as you can see, sometimes like for just a hair of difference in the position of the vertex, and that becomes a huge difference in the final shape of the ring. So for now this seems pretty good. Let's go to Boolean, difference fast from the ring side reference here. Let's hide it. Now we can see the progression on the inside, and we can spot also some difference in the thickness, means that we're too low. The distances must be very even. Finalize the shape of the ring because once you become the Pavé, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of gemstones. That's very normal in the jewelry field. Finalize the shape of the ring because once you start with Pavé, you can kiss your Pavé, and if the shape of the ring wasn't the one that you wanted or needed, you will be pulled this big bell ring size 9. So the shape of the ring is done. That was obviously the very easy part of this entire design. Say it and be happy and get ready for that next step. Now let's bring back the reference image. Let's move it higher. Let's give it a slight transparency. Now we're going to start making the let's W add mesh plane right on top of the reference image. So we're here. Now Control A, Alt Transforms, bow ready, and set the mirror modifier on the X-axis. There's a symmetry from right to left. Okay, so let's keep only one vertex and let's start extruding. Let's follow and adapt the outer shape rapidly because even that we're going to have a bending deformation. We'll have to readapt the real scale. Exit mode. Shift S cursor to select it, go back to edit mode, set the 3D cursor as reference, extrude, and scale. So obviously we won't get the correct shape. But once here important on the Z-axis, stay at 1 so everything stays flat. Alright, so here let's adapt now by hand. Let's go back to the median point and let's adapt this inner edge based on the reference image. Don't be too proud of your precision. Now it's not the time. Just hold the general shape here and there. Let's go at 0 on the global so it will properly close. Okay, so the emotion is starting to rise because the general shape is starting to show. So these are the licks. We go them like that at once. Let's make a solidify modifier. Let's go at offset 1, thickness 1.5. Okay, it's upside down. Let's go flip the normals because the offset is positive, so it must go up. That's the positive axis. Okay, we have this. Let's add a bevel and let's add some subdivision surface. Level 3. Okay, this is pretty nice. But now, let's go to edit mode and let's start adapting the mouth comes closer to the bottom of the ring. Okay, now here we need to bend. So this is what is set on the form. Bend. Okay, now let's mesh cube deformation wrap. Okay, so now the origin is the depth of cube right there. Now the axis will be generally Z. Okay, and we need to find the proper amount. Okay, so we have a couple of things to solve. So that now depends on the position of the cube. So let's adapt the position of the cube to adapt the size that the mesh is taking with the deformation, like this. But now we need a second simple deformation band based. Alright, you know what? Let's take the cube. Yes, let's take the cube, but let's make a copy of that cube. Don't forget to properly orient your deformation cube. Okay, so now, second deformation is going to take the second cube. Alright, so we're going to bend on the X-axis, but we need to find a proper position for our cube, okay? Let's go to W. Let's hide this for a second. Okay, now here, we have the deformations, but now the design of the mouth, the shape of the mouth is not cool, not nice looking at all. So let's bring back the reference image. Let's go to our mesh, and here we need to adapt. And now, the precision of the design is what matters. Okay, so let's readapt the shape. Obviously, then you'll have to play again with the deformations, because the deformation depends on the size of the design, alright? Right, and now don't forget that if you can't get rid of these corners, you need more topology, okay? It's as simple as that. Because the subdivision surface depends on the distances between the few vertices that you're using, and if you don't have enough, you get a straight one, okay? So don't forget to readapt the topology from time to time to get those smooth shapes like this. So do it with the reference image, and then do it on your own. Like I said here, we'll have to slightly readapt the deformations because we're changing the size of the design. We can also work on the vertices to readapt the deformation of the mesh like this. It makes things be a lot easier. But as for the body of the ring, now it's time for precision. If you look at the design, you can see that the lips have a slight dome shape. So this requires us to work on the Z-axis. Let's make a loop cut right here in the middle, and let's do this. But because we're ready to make a pavé, let's adapt the loop cuts, and that's why having a clean topology is super important. Alright, now let's adapt so the mouth starts smoothing. Okay, so here we adapt the Z position of our vertices, and where it doesn't smooth, we need to lower. Alright, so now the general shape of the mouth is completed. We still have to readapt slightly the deformations. Don't forget, here, close it properly on the ring. Now here, we can work on the width of the ring, SY. Now adjust it to the mouth, here. Alright, great. So now, we are going to model the tone. We're going to follow a pretty similar process, except that we won't have the same deformations. Alright, so let's add mesh plane. Let's move it on top of the reference image and let's add a mirror on the x-axis. So let's do control A location and let's go to edit. As always, let's keep just this vertex. So here, let's start extruding and you can see that we have two levels. This level here in the middle of the tongue is bigger, higher, and remember keep quads at all time. It's really easy to keep quads in this design. So what you can do is extrude, 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 but obviously readapt the topology of the edge if necessary, remove or add vertices so you have always even numbers of vertices to keep making quad fire love slabs. Okay, so first, before I continue, let me just mention a couple of things. The entire design has small edges. That's pretty common when you have a pavé and it looks great, man. So obviously we are going to make these edges, but that comes after. And now what we're going to do, take your thumbnail, save, be happy. We're going to start working on the fact that the tongue is not flat. So we're going to, okay, so here, let's take this vertex and turn on proportional editing. Or maybe this vertex or that vertex. Let's move it on the z-axis. And obviously, let's take more people with us, like this. But it can't be lower than the figure size reference, okay? So you got that right now, and then you readapt all the rest of the shape of the tongue. Let's have a go at the solidify modifier, offset 1, thickness 1.5. Okay, this is a mess because we need an A out and we calculate outside or the normals or a subdivision level 3. Remember, if you put a bevel before the subdivision surface, right there, you get sharper edges. Right, so this is the first level. Let's go back to the second level, the middle level here. Now here what we can do a shrink wrap, select the gel shape there. Let's make a wrap project. Let's go on the z-axis, negative, positive, adapt the position if necessary so everybody is there. And now apply the modifier right away. Let's solidify at offset 1, thickness 1. Let's go to A and normals to be outside. Alright, and let's adapt. Now, I think I won't use any bevel here because I want everybody to be very smooth like this. Let's go to level 2 or 3. Okay, this is pretty nice. What we need is a bit more thickness 1.5. And now, edit mode A, and let's adapt to the design because in fact the middle is not that sharp, right? So it works on the shape. The modeling of the tongue is done. So, kiss my palette, save, and be happy. Right, now, for the teeth, let me take the gemstones and bring them higher than the models. 2 diamonds for one diamond for another, and 1 diamond for the other. Okay, so that's what must fit. From there, add mesh plane, a bit higher than the other models. Let's call this E. Probably did go to edit. Now here, let's take just one vertex, extrude, extrude, extrude. So we're going to follow the tongue right there. Okay, and extrude, 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 and start closing your topology. F, 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 F. Mirror on the x-axis, control A, all transforms right there. Automated mode. Now here, let me see this. Shift D, X, and let's adapt this. Obviously, this one is not that wide. Okay, W, and now just let's take this one. L, Shift D. And this one is dark, a sharp key right there. Okay, so we have this. What we're going to do is solidify. Let's go up 1 and offset 1. Right A, everybody outside or flip. It depends on your situation. Here, they went L, and let's bring this guy a bit lower. Right to it, stick everything and start working the cheap into position. I'm actually might rotate them on the x-axis slightly. Obviously, maybe the thickness a little bit, maybe 1.5. And let's start working with the lips, the tongue, and everybody. Okay, so now when I was saying that the teeth are not flat is because they're not flat. We're going to start working with, okay, so obviously here is what? Bevel, 1 level is good. The division surface, level 3, so it's pretty smooth. Okay, and let's keep working on these shapes. Right, I want to rotate this one on the y-axis and check the position because beware that you can't be higher than the lips. Now, the difference in the expression is the small metal edges that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so we are going to make these small edges before working on the pavé. Kiss my pavé, sail, and be happy. We're going to use busy curves, so add curve, busy. Okay, so we're going to edit the curve. Let's follow this edge of the lips, like example here. Let's work 2D first, to the resolution 45. Okay, let's go and create a profile shape. Add curve, busy circle. Let's edit this. Let's subdivide. Bring these to S, Y, 0. And let's bring this one a bit like a, give a bit shape, something like this. We won't check the size later. Let's call this profile. This basic curve. This is going to be lips. Edges. So geometry, bevel object. bevel the profile here, belt tips, yes. Now scale, is it to A, but we need to go to A and mean radius to 1. Okay, that's what happens in Blender with scale Bezier curve. So you don't necessarily have to do the edges as just one Bezier curve. Okay, let's bring a mirror modifier. So control A rotation right there. Shade it to emerge at 1, 2, or whatever works for you. Now here, let's do this as a 3-back curve. And let's extrude that here, and it's about the handles. Beware of the tilt. So, we're going to the mean radius is going to be a bit smaller. Just a bit. Wait, oh, that's great. Now, let's get rid of these. Okay, just one right this here, please. Let's extrude. Grab, extrude this way. Extrude. Extrude. That's pretty nice. So, simply avoid this type of twisting there. Okay, let's grab this one. So, let's follow this edge. It's going to help with the expression of the tongue. From below, never forget to check for both. So here we can see that goes down a bit too much. And let's make it vanish in the solid. Like, okay, this is pretty nice. And we have the one in the middle, right there. So it's only one, so only it should be. And remove the mirror. Let's go here, SX0, and 0 on global. And let's dot the Z. So let's make it word right here in the middle of the tongue. Now all the tilt 0. Well, let's make an edge all around the ring. So yeah, basically with 3 vertices, you can do the entire edge. So that's the edge of the ring, and there's still another edge I want is the zone for the gemstone. So let me bring this to the side right here. Things to get down. Okay, we go there, and then let's adjust the handle. Don't forget to look on the inside, we can see the points, so let's bring them out. Alright, the edges are done. This is looping. Right? Draw the snap on face project, center, align rotation to target, effect move, and rotate. Now something, let's go see this, edit mode A. Let's put the gemstone higher, so we're going to have some distance to the center. That's a better center for Pavé. Grab this, and let's go to Alpha D. The snap is turned on, and the gemstone is not too low. To with Alpha D, we're going to fit 4 gemstones. And that's thanks to the fact that my gemstone is not too low. Now here, let's go to mirror, object, link transfer, copy modifiers, and it's all on the Y. So let's make that based on the lips. And again, object, link transfer data, copy modifiers. Don't forget the snap. Yeah, okay. Then actually, let's start making the prong array. So add mesh to be sphere. Let's go at 4020. Shade, smooth, size 0.8. Let's call this prong. Flowing 001. Let's save and go to edit mode. Value, X-ray of A, B. Yeah, beware of the length. Don't make it too long. That's not good or too short. Now, so don't forget the center. Here you can see the center. I want this move to go pretty high because the gemstones are going to be... Okay, so let's test it. Now it's on, Alt B, and let's start the prong Pavé, and let's have the mirror based on the lips on the X-axis, okay? And let's start Alt D, Alt D. That's great in Blender how you can snap things. So we have this. Now we have a couple of gemstones up here that might fit. Let's take a prong now and let's start working. Like this. Right, so this Pavé is complete. This is a very nice diamond Pavé setting. We still need to make the cuts for gemstones. Let's take all these diamonds. Take a shift key. Let's make an Alt C. Now Control J. Okay, so we have all the diamonds as one mesh. Let's go that literal diamond. Let's grab the mesh of the teeth right there. So this needs the Boolean difference path solver right here. You had that to check the cuts. This is perfect. So here, same, take this one and with shift, select all the diamonds we have here. Shift V, click. Okay, here's something important. You know I make linked copies. So if I make Alt C to make it a mesh, we get a mess and not a mesh. Now, when do this, what we need to do here is the object relations, make single user, object, and data. Right there. Now you can make the Alt C and Control J and rename this colors diamond slide. Okay. Boolean difference, path solver, left search colors, we are color diamond sides. Here we go. Let's make a local view. Let's admire this perfect Boolean. Right now we'll proceed to the Pavé of the rubies on the legs and on the tongue. Now, let's complete this work of art. Don't forget to adapt the center, so select everything, let's move it there. From the snap, Alt D, turn the mirror on the X-axis based on the cube center. Then let's start, so let's grab this friend, and let's... So, that's why this is all faster than automatization. And also, this beats easily any automated software for many reasons. Because it's slightly uneven, but at the same time, it's perfectly even. And this is gorgeous. So I know the design is very tacky, not very subtle, but it's a lot of fun. Honestly, this design it's aesthetically quite interesting. It might not be of your taste, but we can't take away that this design is technically very interesting to make in 3D, to Blender, and it works very well. Okay, let's take a pawn, and let's start. So a mirror based on cube center. And go with soft. Let's do and hexagonal distribution. Let's start here in the middle. So also this looks very pretty. We also need an auto smooth right here. Do that on all the other meshes. And this is how you create a professional gemstone patty setting in Blender. There are many things that still can be added to this design. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As always, take care, be nice to the planet, be nice to animals, and see you soon.